If you notice your body becoming alert and guarded around others, as if you are at risk of being judged or rejected, stay here for a moment. Take a slow breath and arrive here. You do not need to analyze anything. Let the words land where they land. Your body will take what it needs. And begin. I notice a pattern of anxiety and self-doubt when I am around people. In social situations, my body becomes alert and guarded, as if I am at risk of being judged, rejected, or misunderstood. Part of me believes I am not good enough and that if people really see me, they will eventually reject or dismiss me. I notice how I constantly monitor what I say and how I am perceived, afraid of embarrassment, criticism, or being attacked. This makes me feel like I am performing in conversations rather than being my authentic self. I often hold back my true thoughts, needs, and feelings because I fear they could be used against me. I notice how I sometimes avoid social situations or isolate myself, believing it is safer to be alone than to risk rejection. Underneath this is a history of feeling criticized, dismissed, or hurt in past relationships. Part of me expects that people will eventually let me down or abandon me. I notice how my mind replays past rejections and overanalyzes interactions, trying to prevent future pain. This creates a feeling of being an outsider who does not truly belong. I also notice the belief that my worth depends on other people's approval. Part of me longs for deep connection, while another part expects that connection will lead to pain. This pattern keeps my nervous system in a state of social survival and self-protection. I am ready to meet these old beliefs with awareness and compassion and allow myself to experience connection without constant fear. I recognize all of these as experiences arising within my awareness, not as truths about who I am. Even though this part of me feels anxious and guarded around people, constantly monitoring for signs of rejection and believing I am not good enough, I deeply and completely accept myself and all these feelings as passing experiences arising in my awareness, not as my permanent self. I feel so small and exposed when I walk into a room full of people. My stomach clenches and my chest tightens, preparing for something bad to happen. I am sure that everyone can see how awkward and not good enough I am. Notice how this feels in your body. I watch my every word, terrified of saying the wrong thing and being humiliated. They will eventually find out who I really am, and then they will leave. It feels like I am on a stage with a spotlight on me, and I am messing up the performance. Breathe into the heaviness in your chest. I hold back what I truly want to say, keeping it locked away so it cannot be used as a weapon against me. I am so tired of trying to be someone I am not just to be safe. I am just an outsider, looking in at everyone else who seems to know how to belong. Let the body soften a little. I notice my mind playing the old tapes of past rejections, warning me to be careful. I feel a deep, aching longing for someone to see me and not turn away. It is safer to be alone because alone means no one can hurt me. Observe this feeling of loneliness, just noticing it is here. My worth feels like it is dangling on a string, held by other people's opinions. I am so angry that I have to protect myself like this all the time. There is a crushing weight of sadness underneath all this alertness. I notice that I am the one aware of this sadness, this weight, this fear. Staying present with what is. I am here, breathing, while this feeling of being an outsider moves through me. I can feel the tightness in my body and stay present with it, without it destroying me. The awareness that notices this pattern remains steady and intact. Underlying beliefs. Perhaps I believe that I am fundamentally flawed and unlikable. Maybe I believe that my true self is too much or not enough for others. It could be that I believe love and connection are conditional and can be taken away at any moment. I might believe that showing my authentic needs and feelings will lead to being hurt or abandoned. Perhaps the emotional mechanism is hypervigilance, constantly scanning for danger to keep me safe from a repeat of past wounds. The ego might be playing a role of the isolated protector, keeping me alone to prevent me from being rejected. I recognize these beliefs are patterns formed from past experiences, not the truth of my being. The outdated identity I am outgrowing is that of the guarded performer, the one who must constantly prove my worth to be safe, a structure that once tried to protect me but is no longer who I am. Adult self, gently turn toward your inner child. I am sorry to my inner child, who felt so criticized and dismissed in the past. I am sorry you felt you had to hide who you were to be safe from attack or rejection. It makes so much sense that you would be alert and guarded, given what you have experienced. You are safe now, your feelings are just visitors, they are not who you are, and I am here with you. Inner child speaks. It feels a little softer in here with you next to me. Maybe I do not have to watch everything I say right this second. Adult speaks. I give you permission to feel safe exactly as you are. I give you permission to forgive yourself for believing you were not good enough. I release any guilt and shame you carry from the past. I honor our journey together, every guarded moment and every hidden tear. I love you. You are safe to let go and just be yourself now, because I am here always to protect you, and these feelings are just passing experiences, not your reality. Message from higher self. Now that we've felt and honored the experience, allow understanding and light to arise naturally. Your inherent worth has never depended on anyone's approval or perception. The belief that you are not good enough was an illusion born from past wounds, a misunderstanding of your true nature. As you rest as the awareness watching these thoughts and fears, you discover the calm, whole, and untouched being you have always been. Freedom is not found in changing the pattern, but in recognizing you are the space in which the pattern arises and dissolves. The ask, inner child. I give myself permission to feel my chest soften, just a little, even with people nearby. I can let my belly be soft and full instead of tight and hidden, right here, right now. Adult self. I choose to stay present with myself, breathing, while I notice what it feels like to not have to perform. I can let my gaze be gentle and my shoulders drop, even as we take this next small step. Higher self. I allow this new experience of connection to unfold in its own time, in the body's own way. I release all control over how this feels, trusting that awareness will remain stable as sensations and impulses naturally arise and pass. Bridge into your new reality. My body was braced for impact, and now I notice a subtle, unexpected ease in my shoulders as I exhale. Where once my mind raced to analyze every gesture, I now find myself simply listening, without the need to prepare a defense. I used to feel like an outsider performing for a crowd, and now I sense a quiet belonging, here in the simple act of sharing space. Reclaim your power. I now choose to release the old, disempowering belief that my worth must be earned, and instead rest in the awareness of my inherent, unconditional value. From the place of the silent witness, I see that the self observing these social moments has always been untouched, capable and free, and I align my actions with this truth. Seeing it done. I imagine myself now walking into a social space with a soft belly and a calm, steady breath. I see my shoulders relaxed, my gaze open and curious rather than scanning for threat. I notice myself speaking my thoughts freely, without premeditation, and if I am misunderstood, I feel a gentle curiosity instead of a collapse. I imagine leaving a conversation feeling full, not drained, and reflecting on the connection rather than replaying my words. I feel a warm, quiet sense of belonging, as natural as breathing, knowing I am a part of, not apart from. It is so easy now to just be myself, my words and laughter flowing without me having to manage them. I feel the simple, profound safety of being seen and still belonging, a warmth spreading through my chest. My body knows now how to settle into connection, like coming home to a familiar, comfortable room. I imagine this new way of relating as completely ordinary and safe, no different than the feeling of a comfortable chair or a familiar song. It feels non-dramatic, simple, and deeply sustainable. Now experience a new future. I'm walking into the room and I notice my feet on the floor, solid and grounded. There is a gentle alertness in my body, but it is soft, not sharp. My breathing is easy, my chest is open. I feel a natural warmth in my face, not a hot flush of anxiety. I see people and my gaze is calm, resting on faces without needing to analyze them. A thought arises that I am not good enough, and I observe it float by like a cloud without grabbing it. My stomach is quiet, not clenched. I notice my shoulders are down, away from my ears. I hear someone speak and I am listening. My mind is quiet, simply taking in their words without planning my response. I feel a gentle curiosity about what they are saying. I notice I am not performing, I am just here. There is space between their words and my reply, a natural pause. My hands are relaxed at my sides, not fidgeting. I feel a subtle expansion in my chest, a feeling of being allowed to take up space. I notice a thought about how I am being perceived, and it passes through without hooking me. I feel my weight evenly distributed on both feet, stable. I am breathing slowly and the air feels cool and easy. I notice my heart beating steadily, not racing. A feeling of being an outsider tries to surface, and I watch it dissolve as I feel the floor beneath me. I realize I have nothing to prove here. I notice the sensation of my own presence, solid and quiet. I hear myself speak, my voice is calm and at a normal volume. The words feel like they come from a deep, authentic place, not from a script. I notice the other person nodding and I feel a small warmth of connection, not a spike of relief. My body is not preparing to flee or fight, it is just here, experiencing. I feel a gentle rhythm in the conversation, like a shared dance. I notice I am not holding back my true thoughts, they feel safe to express. There is no urge to apologize for taking up space. I feel a softness in my belly, like a gentle wave. I observe my mind replaying a past rejection, and I notice it has no charge, it is just an old memory. I feel a sense of being present in my body from my head to my toes. I am aware of a quiet satisfaction, a feeling of this is okay. The conversation continues and I am in it, not watching it from outside. I notice my breathing remains deep and steady. I feel a sense of completion, like I have arrived exactly where I am. As the interaction winds down, I feel a gentle contentment, not exhaustion. My body feels whole and integrated. I take a slow breath and feel a wave of ease wash over me. This feels normal, this feels safe. Allow this felt sense to continue integrating naturally in the body and in life. Take a deep breath, feel the shift, and smile. Let this settle gently. There's nothing you need to do right now. You can return to this whenever you feel called. Be gentle with yourself.